is going on, Fox and Tenacious Fox here, your coach of the Indie Ivysaurs, bringing you week 8 of the TCL. Now, after last week, in our debacle with Jeff, in which we really didn't play well and we got a lot of unfortunate things happen to us, we really have to win here. We need to win one of our last 2 matches to secure a playoff spot. And realistically, if we want to make the final, we want to win both of them so that we don't have to play Flygon in the first round and we can possibly get into that final and maybe pull off an upset against a team that has just played so well. So this match we're playing Seal. I don't know how to say his name. Seob? We'll just call it that. And his Finnish Flyers, he's also one of the teams that is in playoffs. I think at this point he's already a lock for playoffs. So he's one person that we're trying to leapfrog and get back ahead, because the loss to Jeff really set us back. If we had won against Jeff, we would have absolutely locked in playoffs. I think we actually would have locked in a 2 or 3 spot, which would have kept us away from playing Flygon. Now, that's okay. That's okay. We just have to win this match, and we got to win the next match, and that way we can set up an awesome final match with Flygon. And of course, we'll have to win the first round of playoffs as well. But yeah, so CLB has got a really dangerous team for me, because he does have some stuff that I really don't play well around. Obviously, we have MAMOSWINE that can hit like an absolute truck against him. It can do a lot of damage to a Clefable. It can do a lot of damage to his big threat in Heracross. It'll do tons of damage to honestly everything except for this Empoleon. Empoleon is a huge issue for us because Empoleon can resist most of our attacks, and all he has to do is drop a Shuka Berry on it, and he can scald kill us. So we do not want to stay in on this until it's like less than halfway with our MAMOSWINE, because we absolutely will get caught up in that. But anyways, we're gonna get straight into this match. We have a pretty similar team to what I brought last week, except for I did add Azumarill, because Azumarill did do decently well to his team. Unfortunately, he brought stuff that it does not do as well too, honestly. But it is an option to take care of this Empoleon, because we do have superpower access, and I did ban this so that I could just come in and drop an attack that is just going to do a massive amount of damage. And obviously, if I can get him chipped down with like rocks and stuff, then obviously I can come in and finish off with Aqua Jet as well. But we're gonna get this started. He is gonna lead with the Skuntank. I kind of expected him to lead with Rotom-Mow, to be honest, but that's okay. That's okay. We're gonna just go for the taunt, because I do not want him to be a like setup set. And I'm pretty sure Skuntank gets Earthquake as well, which would have been really damaging to us. So it's a little unfortunate that he did switch out. But basically, I can't remember what Drapion was here for. He's got a Psychic type that I don't deal with well. I'm pretty sure that's why I brought Drapion. And I can't remember. I think it could, because it couldn't live an attack from Latias. I think it's faster than Clefable, so I really only need it to hit Clefable once with a Poison Jab, I believe. So we're just gonna click knockoff and get rid of this thing Scarf, because he loves to run Scarf Moxie on this thing. Absolutely loves it, which I don't think I guess against my team was probably a good choice. But we are gonna go to Scarm, because this thing can take hits forever from this thing, and we can just click Brave Bird and kill it, so he's not gonna want to stay in here, as we're just gonna get our rocks up. Now, Empoleon is just going to get rid of these right away as we go into Vileplume. Because I really need to chip this thing down first. I really need to get some chip on it before I can kill it with my MAMOSWINE. Because again, Shuka is almost 100% on this thing. Almost 100%. So we are going to throw some Leech Seed out, just to kind of try to chip it down. I expected him to kind of switch, but I also knew that Moonblast would do quite a bit of damage to the Skuntank if you stayed in. I can stay in here freely. I can stay in here pretty freely. I believe I go for the Toxic, which unfortunately he does go to the Empoleon. I wasn't sure if he would go Empoleon or if he would try to go back into his Heracross, which maybe wouldn't have been the best option. But we do go for the Toxic. I'm just going to stay in here because I know this Ice Beam can do a lot, but I know we can survive it. He's going to go for it again. We are going to get the leech seed off, which means I know we will live the next one. And we can just click strength sap and get all of our health back here. Or most of it. Strength sap on this Vileplume is just so broken. So just unbelievably broken. He is going to switch out into the Skuntank as we switch out to MAMOSWINE. So this could have been a potential where he would have gotten a good hit off on us. Now we are going to go for the Icicle Crash. I felt that that was... Other than Empoleon, I felt like that was the best choice. Now, I believe we made ourselves choice Scarf, so we had to switch here regardless. We are going to go into our Mew, which I believe is a special set. And we have Volt Switch on, and I believe we're just going to go for the Volt Switch here. And we're going to get a good matchup with this Skuntank. Now, I'm pretty sure that he's going to go into Empoleon, and I could go for the Earthquake, but there's always a chance that he could go into Latias, which means I do not, or he could go into Rotom-Mow, which means I do not want to go for the Earthquake yet, so we're just going to go for the, I guess I do end up going for the Earthquake. Lies! That was probably a pretty big risk. I probably felt that I could sack off Skarmory since his Heracross was gone. These matches are always sometimes hard to commentate because I've done them. This was Sunday and this is Thursday. So this was a couple, Wednesday, this is Wednesday. This was a couple days ago. So it's kind of sometimes hard to remember what was in my mindset. But I do believe at this point, if he would have brought the Latias in, I could have just gone into Skarmory and sacked it off and been totally fine. And I also could, he can't just drop Dracos because Azumarill is here. So we just go for the Earthquake, get rid of this thing. He is going to go into Rotom-Mow. We don't want to stay in, so we're going to go into Vileplume as he goes for a Volt Switch. Pretty obvious Volt Switch, but we could not stay in because we wouldn't have done any damage. He's going to go for the Psychic and just barely miss out on the kill as we get the Toxic up on this thing. We are going to save our Vileplume and go into Drapion. And I believe we outspeed this. So I'm set up to outspeed this by 1. As he goes for the Willow, unfortunately he misses. That's a really, really unfortunate miss because this Poison Jab is absolutely going to kill. Now, he could have switched into Empoleon here. But then if we would have gone for the Earthquake, because this does get Earthquake, he would have been in some trouble. Or if we went for the knockoff and knocked off his leftovers, he really would have been in some trouble. I believe he goes into the Latias here. I don't want to take a Draco to the face, so we're going to go into Skarmory, which I pretty much expected the Draco, but I wasn't sure what his set would be yet. So we are going to go to Skarmory. He's going to get the special attack drop, and he's going to go into Empoleon, and I'm going to try to roost up here. And I believe we're going to try to throw some rocks down as he goes for an Ice Beam. And at this point, I just really need to weaken this Empoleon. And I can kind of stay in at forever on this thing. I guess he doesn't have leftovers. But if I would have gone for a knockoff on his thing, he would have lost his Shuka, and he would have really been in some trouble. Essentially, at this point, I can't... He does get the burn off me. I can't just, like, let this thing get a Scald Burn on something. But we can go into Mew on this, because I know he's going to probably defog. And we're going to go for the Volt Switch here. And here we're going to go into MAMOSWINE and just click Icicle Crash. Put this Empoleon pretty close to range where it can be killed with our MAMOSWINE. He's going to go for another Scald. He does not get the burn, unfortunately. We're going to go for the Volt Switch again. I believe here we're going to go for Drapion. We're going to go click Poison Jab, which is pretty obvious. So I don't know why he again could have gone into Empoleon. But again, he doesn't know what our last move is. And if it's Earthquake, then that could be a big problem. This time he does go into Empoleon as we're going to switch back into Mew. No reason not to switch into Mew, because we can just click Volt Switch here, get in a good matchup, and I believe this time we're going to go to Azumarill, because even if this thing has Thunderbolt and its specs, we will live a specs Thunderbolt. So we know 100% will live. We're going to go for the player off. We do land it. Fortunately, we do land it. He's going to go into Empoleon. We're going to bring in the Mew again, which was... Mew was a humongous addition to this team. He is going to go for the Scald. As we're going to go for the Volt Switch here. And I'm going to let him take something out here. So I'm going to go to Vileplume and let him finish off our Vileplume. Because now we can go into MAMOSWINE and clean house. So we're going to get the Earthquake. He does show that he has Shuka. We go for the Earthquake. Unfortunately, we don't get the kill. But we are going to switch into Drapion here. And he's going to go for the... I thought he would go for the Moonlight again, to be honest with you. I was just trying to kill the Moonlights. So unfortunately, we're only going to get the 4-0. But he does go for the Moonblast here. And he's just going to let us take the victory here. And that's going to put us back. That's going to secure a playoff spot for us. Now we just need to win one more, or I think if we lose 1-0, we still would secure a third spot. So now we just need to win one more match, and we will secure either a 2 or a 3 seed in playoffs. And yeah, that would avoid a rematch with Flygon for now, because we want to get that into in the final, so that way we can New York Giants his ass. That's what I told him. But anyways, guys, if you guys like this video, make sure you like and subscribe and all those good things. Make sure you guys let me know how we did in this match. I feel like we played a lot better this week. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be all for this video. As always, Fox out.